Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. It is almost time for World Cup content in FC 26. A surprisingly early date has been leaked for the release of the World Cup mode inside of this game. The only problem is this year it's not called the World Cup mode because EA don't have the rights to the World Cup. This is really the beginning of the conversation as we think about how World Cup content will look in this game. How is it going to be different without the trophy, without the branding, the designs, the artwork, and of course those words, World Cup, inside of FC 26? My biggest question as well is, will this World Cup mode connect to Ultimate Team like it did in FIFA 18? Or will it be more like FIFA 23's World Cup mode that was just kind of like a story mode with kickoff and a couple of online pieces? We're going to explain what the World Cup mode might look like, what it's called, and when it is dropping in this game, which is in just a few days. Now, before we get into all of that, we got to talk about what's happening in the here and now. Guys, more end of an era SBCs are incoming as well. A new Evo today, most likely. Maybe a new icon player pick today too. But the number one topic right now is the market. Now, player prices are getting so cooked. It's scary out here, man. We can still make some coins. I've got some investments and some ways to profit, but prices are cooked. Let's get into things, guys. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up to the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, we're going to cover yesterday's Saturday content first because there were actually some nice pieces of content dropped yesterday. First, in objectives, we have a brand new Flash Rush event, which does give an 82x10 and 1500 SP, couple of small packs, and a playstyle Evo here for Jockey Base for a max 90 card. Nothing crazy at all there. We have a final in Budapest objective as well for a kind of crazy looking, you can barely see it behind the screen here, or my camera screen, but a pretty crazy looking UCL kit. Play 2 matches to get the branding, the stadium theme, and the TIFO for that, and then the kit you get as well. So little objective there, nothing too crazy to get ready for the Champions League final. Now we go to evolutions, where we had a very good Evo released yesterday. It is called Poldy's Strike, named after Lucas Podolski, and this is a very, very nice Evo, specifically for boosting up shooting on a card. Let me look at this and show you. We get the low-driven shot plus as the first playstyle plus in here, up to 3. You have nice stat caps in here too. Acceleration and sprint speed up to 93. Attack positioning, finishing, volleys, a lot of those shooting stats up to 92. Shot power to 96. Of course, it's Lucas Podolski. 96 would make sense. Quick step plus is the next playstyle plus upgrade there, and your skill moves are maxing out at 5-star with the +4 there. Finesse shot is the final playstyle plus here. So again, that is low driven plus first, then quick step, then finesse. Take a look at some of the cards that this can upgrade. Eden Hazard, you wanted him to play as a striker maybe, or as a card who's going to be able to score like a striker. 93 shooting he gets boosted up to here, and his overall only goes to 91. I think that's a key part in this. Your boost only takes you up to 91. That's a nice boost there for Dempsey. I've got a couple Evos, and I'm kind of interested in putting him in. Also, it's not to be overlooked, a physical boost as a part of this Evo as well. Let me see this Odeberg card. Yeah, Odeberg looks pretty solid as well. This is a very, very nice Evo for a lot of players. Oh, Ronaldinho, don't tempt me with a good time. I don't really know if I want rapid and quick step plus, but those are some pretty nice stats. So that is a really, really good free Evo. Make sure you use that wisely. Find the right player for it. Use Footpin Evo Builder, of course, to build out your chains and build the perfect card for you. There's a lot of great options in here. Gold Vinny people are putting into this. Some Iñaki Williams, some Nico Williams, some Gareth Bales. Even a Raheem Sterling is making it into that Evo there, Poldy Strike. So take a look at that Evo and what you have in your club. There might be some good cards. I know I'm going to make a nice Evo through that. I want to keep moving, though, and go into SBCs, where we had the best end of an era SBC yet. I know we've only had 2, but between the Salah, which is 36 squads, and a 5-squad Antoine Griezmann, who looks very, very good, I knew we were going to laugh at the price of Salah after seeing this Griezmann, and that is the exact case here. 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak for striker left mid cam, finesse, incisive, quick step Griezmann for the playstyle pluses. Stats are great. Dribbling, passing, shooting, pace is amazing. Even the physical is solid for Griezmann. The playstyle bases are pretty good. Maybe you'd wish you'd have a first touch or maybe a rapid or a trickster for him. Maybe not the long ball or the inventive, but it makes sense if you're going to play him as a cam. This is a great card as a center attacking mid. Game changer and the low driven. And honestly, it's the price and the card and the nostalgia and everything that makes this worth it. He has 5 squads, guys, and he is 250,000 coins to get done. A whole lot different, completely different than the Salah card. Both are left-footed, of course. Salah's got the weak foot. Griezmann's got the skills. They are different cards, but they are similar in some respects as well in terms of the left-footed, the finesse plus, and stuff like that. So if you didn't want to do Salah, here you go. I mean, I want to do Griezmann as well. Look at the little SBC image they gave him as well for a celebration. Hotline bling. Love that. That is a fantastic SBC for the price, for the nostalgia. Once again, he's 94% upvoted, as he should be. That one is great. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of him in teams in the next week or so. Now, the other SBC set we had yesterday was a flash showdown, basically, because Brighton and Manchester United play today, of course, because it's the final day of the Premier League, and these SBCs expire when those games start. So if you want to get Mintet or you want to get the Butcher, which I believe is the nickname for Lisandro Martinez, you've got these SBCs here. They're both very, very cheap, 1 squad each. And of course, they get a +2 overall and a third play style plus for whoever wins. Now, I've actually seen a couple of Evo chains for this Lisandro Martinez. He fits into the 50K center back Evo and looks pretty good. And you could potentially get some upgrades on top of that when he does get the +2. So if you're a GGMU fan, that might be the choice for you. Just wanted to mention that. And then also, speaking of Premier League, the Premier League Tots upgrade pack came out yesterday. It's a simple 87 and 88 rated squad. Wish that was maybe a smidge cheaper, but that is there. It is 2 times repeatable for a chance at any Premier League team of the season player, and also a Tots challenge for a tradable pack. Now, the best, well, you know what? Before we talk about the team that came into packs, which I was going to say is maybe the best part of content, because I just freaking love the road to the final cards being released. It's just fun. I want to talk about fodder prices, because this is a place where we can invest. It's Sunday. You know what's happening. Squad battle rewards. Yes, people are still playing squad battles in basically June of 2026 because you see the movements on the market. 89s are about 5,000 coins in the market right now, 4.7K for Kimmich. They maintained their prices very well yesterday, as a lot of people are doing the Griezmann. A lot of people were doing the Salah SBC and stuff like that. So these cards will be very good to bid on today during Squad Battle Rewards, 100%. Get on bids for those. Hopefully they go as low as like under 4,000 coins. Maybe they go to like 3.8, 3.9K, maybe lower than that. Definitely get on the bids for the 89s. You'll probably win them for even cheaper. And the 90s, I would get on bids for as well, even the 88s. And if you want to go super low budget, 85s, because 85s do move. They're 1.1 thousand coins right now. They spiked to 1.5 or so yesterday. So, I mean, winning these on bid for 850 to 900 today during rewards would be a very, very good way to make some coins. And I'm still holding the 93 rated Tots cards that I've invested in, that a lot of you guys have invested in. Lazy list these for 20,000 coins. While you have them on your transfer list, lazy list them for 20K. There hasn't been much movement here yet, which is a bit unfortunate to see, but it's just kind of a byproduct of how EA are doing the SBCs. And also the 95 rated team of the seasons are coming down in price a little bit as well. You see here on the cheapest players by rating, Giuliano, Letizier, Stanway, Kobel, and Lorena are all 23,000 coins. Honestly, for the 93 rated cards, we just need more team of the season requirements, and maybe like an upgrade pack that requires a team of the season that's unlimited repeatable. Like, we keep talking about that 82 times 20. That's the SBC content that I was looking forward to seeing yesterday. Just something added for the upgrade pack grind. And yet still, we just have the 84 by 10, the 86 by 2, that little SBC. And then you've got the 81 plus player pick that's still out. And then you've got the crafting upgrade. Like, that is still not enough. The main point that we talked about in yesterday's video was the upgrade pack grind, and nothing changed regarding that. I'm hoping something changes today. Am I super positively thinking something's going to happen? Not really. I'm not expectant. That's the word I wanted to use there. But I'm hoping, because something does need to change, because the way that we have it right now is just not quite good enough. I want to open these 84 by 10s from yesterday real quick to see if I hit blue, because we are on 199 blues. I got a team of the season Koga from a bronze pack. That was kind of wild, rinsing those through the club. But I would love to hit blue number 200. No 200 for us here yet. Anyways, let's talk about the cards that are now in packs. As we saw when we were loading in, and as you maybe see the color of orange around the menus right now for the road to the final cards from Villa. This is great. We love it because even though you're not a Villa fan, it's just usable cards from players that you kind of just want to try out because they're all 5-star, 5-star. They're all 3 playstyle pluses with 96 rating, with Buendia as the man of the match being a 4 playstyle plus card. And all of these cards dropped into packs yesterday, and they are not easy to pack. If you take a look, these cards, as expected, are very rare on the market. Buendia is 1.5 million coins. Morgan Rogers is around 700k right now. I'm not saying these cards are like overvalued by crazy, but I do think they will drop some more into today. If there's some of these players that you want to buy for your team, I think you want to wait another day. But I will say these cards are only in packs for 2 days in total. So they're going to be in packs today, and they will go out of packs on Monday. That is kind of what you can see here in game. It's behind my camera, but on this little screen right here, it says that these cards are in packs only for 1 more day and 12 hours. So that'll take us to Monday's content drop, and then they leave. So they're only in packs for a short amount of time, which means they are very rare. They're not getting packed that much, and they'll be very, very good to trade with, potentially invest in the next couple of days as well as they go out of packs. But if you're going to open any store packs, and if you're specifically trying to pack these cards, just look around, because I'm talking about opening store packs with coins, by the way. You guys know the drill. Only coins, right? Some of these packs have weird odds for those cards. Like this 575,000 coin Club 100 pack only has a 4% chance. But then I think it's is it this one? The Premier League Premium Ultimate Tots Guarantee? No, that one's only 1.6. That's this one, Todd's Cornucopia pack. This one's got a 7.2% chance. So it's really interesting to see if you're specifically chasing these cards with coins from store packs. Just watch the pack that you're opening. These cards are going to be difficult to get, as we've said, but they're going to be great to trade with. They're going to fluctuate in price a ton. If I had to guess on how their prices would move, I think that they may have a couple rises early today on Sunday, just a couple of early rises, and then I think they would probably drop later on in the day after that. They do still seem a little overpriced to me at the moment, but I think these are going to always feel that way because they just are so rare and they're so unique that people will want to try them. Like this Morgan Rogers, I was just watching him at 800k, thought he was pretty cheap, and now an hour later, he's down to 700,000 coins, right? So I think these cards do potentially drop some more, but they're not the only winners cards that we're going to be getting, because yesterday in the Women's Champions League final, the women's Barca team cooked, and that means we're going to get a full 96 rated squad of those players as well. Payor was evidently the man of the match, so she's going to be getting the 4 playstyle plus card like Buendia did. And if I had to guess, I mean, these cards for Villa came out on Saturday after the final was on Wednesday, so there was a 3-day gap in there. Final was yesterday for the Women's Champions League. Maybe this is going to be something where these cards will come into packs at the very earliest Monday and then maybe Wednesday. Maybe it's like a Wednesday and a Saturday release for these cards. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. I'm sure the leakers will be telling us, but be on the lookout for those cards. And of course, that means upgrades to 96 for Vicky Lopez and for Irene Paredes. But as you saw, this is good to note for the upcoming games for the Conference League and for the Champions League. Selling the cards into the hype, even during the game, is the play. Vicky Lopez pre-game was 1.07, went all the way down to 840. Is back up to around 1 million coins now, but has dropped some. Same thing with Paredes. She was 450, is now down under 400k just a little bit, and was as low as 300k flat after the game. So selling before or during the game is the play. And I do want to make note of Sancho's price because he got panic sold heavy yesterday. So his price on Friday dropped with Salah, dropped into the late night, rose a little bit, had one nice spike here, dropped again during the day on Saturday, but then started to rise back up. Probably with the Villa cards coming out, people wanted to create teams and build squads with this Sancho in. I think Sancho is the craziest out of all the Villa cards too, by the way. Like, what an absolute item that he has got here with 99 pace and dribble. But his card is rising back up from that panic, so just be aware. The same thing's probably going to happen for Vicky Lopez. There's a lot of people that are still invested in this card, waiting for it to upgrade. After it does upgrade, maybe you wait a couple hours or a day to buy the low point, find that card at a good price, and you'll be good to go, at least for the next couple of days there with that card in your club. I tried the Sancho, by the way. He is super duper fast. He is super rapid, and his dribbling is great. So fun card to try for sure. Now, really quick before we talk about World Cup stuff, the rest of the market, yes, not looking good. Prices are torched, okay? Remember yesterday, Harry Kane? was 1.4 mil. Yeah, he went back to 1.4 mil. We had a couple of early morning rises from 1 mil up to 1.4, and then he went down to 900 because guess what? There were store packs, tradable store packs that were dropped yesterday. So all the ultimate team of the season cards have dropped. Honestly, pretty tremendous amounts. I mean, look at Elise. He's 1,000,000 coins. Gabriel was 600K on the video yesterday. Now he's 460,000 coins. This is why we always say to wait and to not buy promo cards on Saturdays after content and to sell them before that, because guess what? It was the market movers pack, that one that we saw in the code a couple days ago. We saw that it was tradable. We knew it was going to supply Ultimate Tots cards, and it did. So if you're wanting to buy one of these for your team, end of day today on Sunday is going to be a lot safer of a time to pick one of these up. Maybe Monday as well. They could still drop a little bit lower, but in general, if you don't want to wait too much longer, you're getting closer to a buy time that would be a lot safer for a lot of these cards. The problem is, same thing for the women's Ultimate Tots cards. We're getting close to a good buy point, but prices could still drop more today. The out-of-packs team of the season cards, that's where the worry is. Players like Luis Diaz. Yesterday, whoa, we have a rarity spike going on here right now because he is very rare. But yesterday, I bought this card for 1.3. I sold one of them for 1.5. Had to get the other ones out in the 1.3 mil range. He went all the way to 1.1. This is just a byproduct of the market dropping so much and these ultimate team of the season cards being some of the best. Not the whole team, of course, but most of these Ultimate Tots cards are some of the best cards in the game, and their prices are dropping so much, it's going to impact the rest of the market. So for a card like this Luis Diaz, who I kind of want to look at right now because he is having a rarity spike, and I want to see what's going on here. Most of these cards, yeah, 1.9 mil, that's crazy. A rarity spike literally just means that there's so few cards on the market, and for some reason, the ones that were listed up were listed at crazy high prices. The card has gone up a bunch in price, but he's probably not selling here. It's kind of like a fake rise. Some people will try to undercut here and get a quick sale at a much higher price. That's a good thing to do if you see your card has jumped up a crazy amount like that. But not always does it mean that like he's actually going for that. It's just a rarity spike, right? So that's one thing to watch out for in the market with some of these Tots cards. But in general, I'm not buying a whole lot right now. You can trade. Like, trust me, you can still flip these cards. Bundesliga team of the seasons that we were looking at here, they still move, right? Jonathan Tah is 550K right now. Yesterday, he was between 560 and 720. He's not in packs right now, so there's less risk with him. Actually, you know what? If he's still there on the market, I'm going to go pick that up because every single day in the past 2 days, he has gone up to at least 650,000 coins pretty easily. So if this one is still sitting there for 556, which it's not, there's a 586, but a 550, I will absolutely buy that. So we'll add this to our targets and see if we can buy that and then maybe sell it for some more profit tomorrow. Other than that, though, just be careful right now out there because prices are not looking good. And with prices of Ultimate Tots being so low and dropping continually, it's still not looking good for the market for the next few days. Now, let's get to the fun stuff, guys. All right. In a surprising turn of events, we're talking about the World Cup content in this game today. World Cup, of course, isn't for a few weeks. June 11th, June 12th, that's when all of the games kick off. We're going to probably have some content in game before that. Maybe a new season. I think this season that we're in right now expires before then, and probably some promos leading into the World Cup. But just leaked yesterday, we have the news about the World Cup mode. Guys, it drops on Wednesday. Literally 3 days from now, we will be having the World's Game mode, which is called the World Cup mode, but it's actually called the World's Game mode because EA doesn't have the rights, dropping in FC 26. They say here it has more than 50 authentic national teams. That's a very interesting number to think about because 50 authentic nations, I mean, you have 48 nations that are in the World Cup. I guess, are there a couple of extra nations who like didn't qualify for, like, is Italy going to be in this mode for some reason to like maybe have some fun, and not fun like in making fun of them, but you know, maybe being able to like simulate a World Cup where Italy actually did make it or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but 50 authentic nations are leaked to be licensed in this World Cup mode. What is the World Cup mode, or what we're actually going to be seeing it called in game, the World's Game? Well, what we've had in the past couple of years when we've had World Cups going on is a specific mode basically just like this, where you have everything branded to the World Cup, where you have a tournament you can play. You can like kind of sim it. You can choose a nation and run through the tournament, or you can sim the whole thing yourself. And it's just a cool mode that was not so good the last time we had a World Cup, and it was incredibly good in 2018 when we had that World Cup in Russia. It's just a mode where you can do all things World Cup, right? Again, like this is the time last year where we had the kickoff mode. You had a World Cup 2022, which was like a simulation mode, and then you had an online tournament. This World Cup mode was not that great because there was no ultimate team connectivity related to it. It was cool for a little bit. You could go in, simulate things. There was some sick cut scenes. You could watch the World Cup trophy get lifted. Like all that simulation, kind of career mode type of content is what this was, and it was fun for a time. But man, I can still hear the sound when you booted up the World Cup Ultimate Team mode in FIFA 18. This was different. This was a different level of fun where you had a separate Ultimate Team mode where you collected these cards. You had a foot draft, you had online tournaments, and you had SBCs and stuff that were inside of this mode. This was unbelievable. It was so fun. Now, if we kind of think of this as like, this is the best possible scenario, and what we had in FIFA 23 was like maybe the worst possible scenario, I don't know where this 2026 World Cup mode, the world's game, is going to fall in line here. We don't know too much about it yet. Is it going to be connected to Ultimate Team? Is it going to be separate? I think for it to really thrive, there has to be some sort of connectivity to Ultimate Team. I mean, in this mode here, in FIFA 18, it was its own Ultimate Team mode, but you still got some packs in regular Ultimate Team while this was going on. But like nobody was playing regular Ultimate Team when that 2018 mode was going on. Everybody was playing in this World Cup mode and the Ultimate Team side of it. So I'm really curious to see if we do get any more leaks related to that, because right now we do not have a ton. But again, this is going to be way different without actually having the World Cup rights. And actually, I went back on some YouTube videos and looked, like EA has not been posting anything about the World Cup either. Like in previous years, they've had a lot of build-up videos. They've been showing clips. They've been showing stuff about the World Cup mode, and there has been nothing released about that yet. Now, maybe that's going to be coming this Wednesday, the 27th, when this World Cup mode does drop. But as of right now, we really don't have too much information except for these leaks. Oh, this mode, man, it was so good. It was peak. Now, I'm also somebody who did not play the FIFA 14 World Cup mode. There was a lot of fond memories from that mode as well, going back a few years longer. But yeah, this FIFA 18 mode was absolutely fantastic. There were icon SBCs. There were new icons that they added just for this in the mode here, and it was fantastic. So, for not just talking about nostalgia, we hope that the world's game, the World Cup mode, will be fun. Now, again, one of the national teams that is now licensed is Brazil, so you'll be able to play with Neymar. If there is some sort of Ultimate Team connectivity with this, will Neymar be in Ultimate Team and actually be able to be evolved? Who knows? So that's the information that we're still yet to know and yet to see about everything related to the World Cup mode. But the big news is World Cup mode starts on Wednesday. I would have to imagine there's going to be some sort of update to this game. The graphics, the scenery may change a little bit as they have their non-branded kind of theme for the World Cup. And then, of course, if there's going to be a mode and it does connect to Ultimate Team at all, expect to see that like all over. That'll be like the main point. They'll try to get us all in that mode to play it, and we'll just have to see how much content there is in there and how fun it is. But it is exciting to be that close to the World Cup and to finally see something in this game related to it. So let me know in the comments what you think about the World Cup mode. Do you think not having the rights and saying World Cup, being able to see the trophy in game, is that going to be a big problem? It feels like it's going to be a miss, but maybe just something that depends on your preference. Do you want it to be the most authentic? Do you want to see that World Cup trophy get lifted? Do you want to see, the specific World Cup branding specific to the World Cup each time that comes around every 4 years in the game? Is that going to be a big miss for you? Or is it like, what? I mean, there's still content around it. We should still have dynamic images for these players. I don't think that we would miss out on those, but it's those sort of questions that we don't have the answers to right now, and we're just going to have to wait and see how it plays out. Now, one more leak kind of conversation that we do have, not related to the World Cup, related to big SBCs, is yesterday, Bruno Fernandes was announced to have won the Premier League Player of the Season. And this is something in previous years, way back when, we have gotten SBC 4. As somebody who just packed Bruno Fernandes as well as Team of the Season card, super lucky, right? This is a card, if they drop as an SBC, which now feels maybe a little bit more possible than before because we've got a Salah SBC who's 1.9 million coins, and this card is now only 1.7 on the market as people have been selling him like crazy. Not only is he getting packed, but now he's probably dropping a bit because people are hoping for this card as his Team of the Season to be released as an SBC. That would be a crazy, crazy card to be dropped as an SBC. Just saying, we don't have a leak of him coming as an SBC. I'm just saying it is possible. We hope. Now, the other one, this actually has a pretty good chance. Nico O'Reilly has won Young Player of the Season. Give us his SBC is what Foot Sheriff says, because we've seen the Young Player SBCs more commonly than the just Player of the Season ones. So that is potentially a card that could come out. Of course, he already had the TOTS SBC. So what would EA do? Release it again? Because that's what they had done in previous years for the Player of the Season. If we got an SBC, they dropped literally the Team of the Season card. Now, let's round this conversation up today by talking about the content today on Sunday, because a couple things. End of an eras, right? We started off with the end of an eras, Salah and Robertson on Friday. We had the Griezmann yesterday on Saturday. Who's going to be next today? Don't know the answer to that, but we, of course, have a very long list of names. We have not seen the Bernardo Silva, who was, again, allegedly very cheap as an SBC. Ashley Young, Trippier, Stones, Bright. The Goretzka, we didn't talk about this in yesterday's video, but Goretzka is actually going to be coming out tomorrow on Monday as a gauntlet reward. He was leaked to be coming out then. Sule, Gavin hasn't been released yet either, so there's still a handful of names of end of an era cards that could be dropped as an SBC today. I think we're going to be getting one every single day. So be on the lookout for that. And then another SBC piece that we're missing, or not missing, but it's going to go missing today, is the 1 of 4 89 plus Encore Icon player pick. It's expiring today. So I know that we have a 90 plus icon pack that is out right now, but the icon pick that we have is going to be expiring. And I just wonder if EA is simply going to change the icon pick from an 89 to a 90 plus. Will that be worth doing? Probably not. Icon picks and packs right now, just not. Unless you're chasing a specific player and that's your motivation, just not super exciting. It's more worth it to go after a Griezmann, to keep chipping away at a Salah or other player SBCs from the Team of the Season that have been pretty good. Maybe getting involved with a Showdown, right? Either Lissandro Martinez or Minta, which are expiring soon today. The Hansko card expiring very soon. Plenty of SBCs still that are out there that are decent. Pedro Gonçalves is solid. Julian Alvarez, great value. Of course, the Griezmann. Vicky Lopez, Hansen, great value as well. So it really comes down to the conversation of where is it worth putting your fodder. And with the limited fodder that we get without having a pack grind, I think it's really important to be like putting some thought into where you're putting those cards. So also today, content-wise, probably an evolution. There's nothing leaked as of yet, but you guys know how it goes. Evos usually get leaked the day of, a few hours before that new content's going to come out. And I'm going to say, fingers crossed still, for some new sort of upgrade pack grind. Like, bring it on, man, please. Like, I want to pack Ultimate Team of the Seasons, and I want to open packs for these Europa League winner cards too. We're going to be streaming today. We're going to be opening some packs in the store. I've got coins at the ready to try to pack those cards and some Ultimate Team of the Seasons and continue our luck there. So make sure you come on the stream today, and we'll also technically be reacting live to whether or not Tottenham stay up or go down. I'm very confident. I'm 90% confident that Tottenham stay up. Like, everything looks like it's going to happen that way today. The fate of Spurs is in their own hands. All they got to do is get a point, and just, it would silence everything, and it would, you know, set it in stone, and we'd be good to go. So that's all we got to do. Come on, you Spurs. 1 point. It's crazy that we're talking about this and that I'm going to be watching Spurs playing to stay in the Premier League today. But that's where you are in the big 2026. Let's just get to the World Cup, man. If you guys are excited for World Cup content, drop a thumbs up on the video. Comment down below if you have any questions. And, of course, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the stream today. Happy Sunday. Enjoy the Prem. It's Nate TheFutAccountant. See you later. Peace out.